In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to make a program or a code take user from the input while it is running using Cin. Okay, cool, let's get to it. I'll do this using a calculator. So I'll just make a calculator and then modify it as time goes by. So if, as I said, that we'll do this using a calculator, so we have to make two values or variables that we want to add or multiply or whatever that we want to do to them. Okay, cool. So we'll make them doubles so that they are also so that we are able to add even decimal points. So we'll call the first one X, and then we'll call the second one Y. Okay, cool. In the previous video, I've been making a mistake. So this is called declaring a variable and then assigning a variable to a value like this. Assigning a variable to a value like this is called initializing a value. So in this line, I've declared and also initialized the variable X. I declared it by saying that it will store doubles and then equating it to 40, meaning that, equating it to 40, I initialized that. Okay, cool. So I've been saying initializing in the previous videos. I just noticed that now, so I figured that I should just use this video to correct my mistake. Okay, cool. And sorry if that made you guys, I don't know, but sorry if it inconvenienced you guys. Okay, cool. Now let's just do the whole thing. So what we want our calculator to do is to add these two variables or add these two values that will be stored in these two variables. So we have to have another variable, which is also a double, and then we call it what? We call it sum. We call it sum. Okay, cool. Here we'll say sum is equal to X, sorry, give it a letter X plus Y. Remove this equal sign. I kept making mistakes. Okay, X plus Y. This is what our sum is equal to. Okay, in the looking at our previous videos, how we would have done this is to initialize X and Y by saying maybe X is equal to 40.5 maybe, and then say Y is equal to 40, not 40, let's just say 60.5 also, 60.5. And then at the end we say see out our sum. Then we end the line. Okay, cool. This will work fine. It'll work fine. Let's run it and see how it runs. Okay, I'm getting an error. I forgot the colon here. So let me run the code again and see what we get this time. Hopefully there's no error. Okay. Let me just drag this and put it down here so that you can see your final answer. So what we get is 101, of which it's the answer that we're expecting. 40 plus 60, that's 100. 0.5 plus 0.5, that's a 1. Okay, cool. We can also change these values. Let's just use simpler, smaller values, 7 and a 3. No, not a 7, 7.2, 7.7 is fine also. And then in a 2.3. Okay, let's run the code and see if we get the right answer. Okay, let me pull this to the side. Cool, we're getting a 10. But our calculator now is not working the way it should, because I mean, it's not taking values from us in the middle of the program. So in this case, we have to use cin. This is where cin is very useful. So cin allows the program to take a user input in the middle of the program, within the program, not exactly while the program is running, because it actually stops while it is asking you to enter a value, but then it will be running, it will be in the middle, the same way a calculator does. Okay, cool. So we simply say cin, then you put elbow brackets that are facing to your right. These are the brackets that you use for cin that are facing to the right, and then these ones that are facing to the left are the ones you use for cout. Okay, cool. Then we say cin x, and then down below here we'll say cin y. So, okay, cool. To make this a bit more interesting, let's just make the program to ask us to enter a value. Okay, we'll use cout for that. Control C and then paste this here. So what we'll do is this program will ask us to enter a value. So it will say enter the first number. Okay, cool. And then here below, it'll say enter the second number. And just before it gives us the input, okay, just before it gives us the output, it will say the answer is, and then it gives us, okay, I should also put this in quotation marks. We'll say the answer is, and then give us the sum. Okay, let's see how this works. So what are we expecting from this? It will say enter the first number, and then we enter the first number. That's where cin is responsible for that. And then it will say enter the second number. This line will say enter the second number, and then we'll enter the number on this line. Then it will add the two numbers that we added, and then give us the answer. So it will say the answer is, then it writes the answer. Okay, let me run this code again and see what we get. Okay, cool. Here it's saying enter the first number. So let's enter the first number. The first number is 12.5. Enter the second number. The second number is 14.7. And then it says the answer is 27.2, of which it's the right answer. 14 plus 12 is 26, and then 0.5 plus 0.7, that's a 1, remainder 2. Okay, cool. Let's do that again with different numbers. So we'll simply add a 1.1 simpler numbers. Okay, and 2.2. And then the answer is 3.3. Okay, cool. Now our calculator works the way it should. Please like the video if it was helpful to you, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to watch more content like this. Thank you for watching.